Hello and welcome for the last time this year to the Spanish Pavilion stage. We just have one presentation left, so I just want, before I let our next presenter go ahead, I wanted to say thank you for everyone who's been watching, everyone who's been seeing our presentations, and we'll definitely see you next year as well. NPAW is the final presentation company. I have Till Sudworth, here, CMO of the company with me, and the title is How Does an Organization Change When They Use Data? Well, Till, whenever you're ready, you can you can close our presentation area here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the introduction. Welcome everybody. Let me give you a short overview about why is data important and how does the organization change if you actually use data. And before we come to that topic, let me may give you a short overview about what NPAW does, because that has a deep impact into the following charts and helps you to understand why do we know how important it is to use data, and why do we know how that actually would change your organization. So NPAW is the leading video intelligence company, and we provide our customers insights about the end user experience, and the end user product usage while that end user is using the video product of our customers. So we basically automatically collect this data, correlate, visualize, and provide these data to our customers and help them to make better decisions based on data, based on facts, and help them to make also decisions aligned across all departments. And that is really important, and we'll come back to that later as well. We're doing that by collecting data all across the world. We have companies or customers across all countries in the world, and we track over 2 trillion video plays per month from our around 195 customers around the world. And these customers are basically out of these different customer groups. So first you have the different broadcasters around the world, the publishers around the world, and also you have the telco operators and the heterogeneous group of the different OTT players like Bluetooth TV, Tubi, etc. And what we do is basically we track the end user from the very first moment where he enters your app. So from the moment where he opens the app, where he starts the app, where he starts to navigate through the app, where he's looking for the relevant content for him. So he browses for the navigation, so we track the user journey. He used the search or the recommendation engine to find the relevant content for him, and then actually he starts the video streaming. And also during the playback, during the play of the video, we track what is he doing, where does he, what kind of performance issues, quality issues, errors does he is he facing there. Where does he might jump off of the content because it's not relevant for him? Where does he actually, find, what kind of device is he watching the video, in which area, which CDN is using, etc. And also, if he has any kind of issues, and basically, he contacts the customer care, we can help the customer care with the different information that we provide. So basically, we help him to efficiently manage all pillars of his video service, from the platform performance or the content strategy by evaluating content consumption of the end user, navigation flow, user journey, and the user acquisition and engagement within the content. And from that experience, we do know that using data makes things much easier. It reduces cost, it's automatic, it automates the different process that you have, and it reduces the complexity, and we'll show that in the next pages why this is the case. So we go back and look what were the challenges that our customers were facing in the past, and some of them also are still facing these challenges because they didn't have finalize the digital transformation yet. We see these 3 big topics as a major topic. So first of all, back in the days you had a waterfall, if you want to, waterfall methodology to produce new products and to release new products. So that means you had a long product cycle from inventing the product to actually launching the product and then to improving the product. but the demand changed. So meanwhile, you know, you have the market turns much faster. So you have the time to market needs to be shortened, and that's why companies changed from the waterfall methodology to the agile methodology. And most of them at least changed. Some of them are still in the process. The second big thing is for sure the transformation from a hardware-oriented industry to a software-oriented industry, and that brings a lot of challenges as well. While in the past, you more or less, you had to configure the hardware. Yes, you had that, but now you have a lot of interfaces between the different softwares that you're using, and that brings a lot of complexity into the different systems and new challenges into the systems. And the third thing is, of course, that while you had in the past on-prem deployment and you had physical devices used in the infrastructure and the technology, the new technology is mainly cloud-based, or will become mainly cloud-based, and therefore, of course, you have completely different demands for the market, but also to the employees. And I think that is an important topic here that we have in the title here. Our customers are facing these transitions and these changes, but it brings a lot of complexity, a lot of changes for the mindset of the employees, for the most important asset, the people that works in the company. So before you had this digital transformation and companies who are still in this phase, they actually having these different issues while working together. So the first point is for sure that if you don't have facts and figures that you are based on that you base your decision on, you basically are following personal opinions. And often the people who screams the loudest will make the point, actually will make the decision, nevertheless if it's right or wrong. So yes, you can determine these opinions with surveys, but surveys are one of the first of all they're cost incentives, so they're costly. And the second point is that it takes a lot of time until you actually have the feedback and the results of the survey. So therefore, you lose a lot of time. That is something that you cannot, have in the fast-moving environment anymore. The second point is that if you don't have data to make a decision on, you're facing an organizational fragmentation. So basically, the engineers are responsible for quality. The marketing and business owner might be responsible for the revenue, and the third department is responsible for the customers. So you don't actually align in each other's opinion and the knowledge. You have different teams, different scopes, and that doesn't help you to reach your goals. And it will lead to finger pointing. So if something went wrong or doesn't go wrong, it's always the other department who did the mistake, or it will be the external supplier, the external vendor, who'd be to blamed on. And as I said before, you don't have real-time data, right? So missing the real-time view means that you lose a lot of time to improve your products and to improve your organization. And last but not least, we often see that if you, especially in the hardware-oriented industry, you spend a lot of money for the hardware, and at the end of the day, it's always getting a little bit more expensive than you expected at the beginning, maybe. And so what you're going to kill and what you're going to, define out of scope will always be the data and the OSS monitoring system, and therefore basically you're going to run blind. So how does this change when you implement data, and how does it change when you have the digital transformation behind you? First of all, and that's really important, you're going to see a collaboration between the teams. So that suddenly the business side and the technology side will speak the same language, and they will be able to organize the topics together to work on the same goals, especially, and that's really important, if you have one independent source of truth. If you work with different sources of truth and different sources of data, you might face again the situation of silo thinking and of different blaming, because then the one department says, I don't see any issue in my data, while the other department says, well, but I have a red flag because of the data. So besides the data inconsistency, you also might face the old issues again if you don't have one independent source of truth. Then of course, as I said before, if you use data, you will be much faster. You can implement automatic processes, so your cost structure will automatically reduce in the long or mid run at least. Of course, you're going to have implementation costs of the data, but in the mid run, you're going to reduce your cost structure. And as I said before, you're going to empower the incorporation not only between the teams internally, but also with the external vendor, with your external providers, as you will give them access to the data, to the relevant data, so they can have the same insights that you have, and ideally they're going to have it in real time as well, so they can directly react and act as soon as they see any issues in the data. So you will speed up the daily operations, you will speed up the time of resolutions, you will speed up the time of identifying the root cause and mitigating the root cause, but while working with data. And you also can do that by implementing automatic processes in terms of implementing if-then propositions. So if that occurs, or that issue occurs, the system needs to do that to solve the issue, and you need to inform these departments to work on the issues. So overall, connect all departments and all your players with the data helps you to speed up the decisions and to reduce costs there. At NPAW we do that, exactly that's what we do. So basically we bring the different departments together in terms of that we have on the one side the technology, where you have the monitoring systems of the infrastructure, the monitoring system of the application, and the monitoring system of the video, and you bring that together with the business side so that you also have the access to the product usage, to product performance, to the audience analytics in terms of that you know who's watching, when and how often, and also that you see the content consumption patterns of the end user. And if you combine that with the information that you get from customer care about the individual issues and problems of the individual user, you will come to a really holistic set of data and insights that helps you to make the best out of your data. And ideally then, and that is really important as well, you don't have a one-size-fits-all. You're going to have a customized solution, an individual adaptable solution based on the needs and then the working methodology of your end user, of your customers, sorry. So basically that you will have a smooth integration of your system, of your data system within the working methodology of your customer. So to sum it up, on the left side you see how it looks like if you use data without having a single source of truth. Yes, you're going to have some facts, but the facts won't help you a lot because you're still going to have the disruption between the teams. Everybody, every team, every department, every partner will have their own source of truth, will have their own beliefs, their own data. Not only you're going to have data inconsistency, but you're also going to have a disalignment between the different departments, and therefore it will not help you to reduce the resolution times. It will not help you to increase the efficiency. While on the right side you see if you have one system, one single foundation of all the data for the different functions and teams and departments, you will increase the collaboration between the teams, you will increase the alignment between the teams and departments, and therefore you really can make database decisions to increase the synergies, to increase the time of resolution of any kind of issues, and therefore you will reduce the cost structure and increase the engagement and the satisfaction of your customers, of your end users, and therefore of course increase the revenue of your end users. Thank you very much, and if you have any questions, I will be here.